Hello, everybody. You're so funny. You, just
I
make me,
haven't said anything.
you make me laugh every time, every week. They don't know how you make me laugh before you come on live. How funny you are.
Thank
Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Willie Jolly,
you. This is D. Taylor Jolly.
and this is Happily Married Monday with the Jollies. And we are celebrating Valentine's Day this week. This is the week of love, the week of love. And so, for those who are regulars, thank you for being part of our regular crew. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing this. We noticed last week a lot more people shared this as it went along and afterwards. We got a lot of responses from people afterwards. So we want to thank you for that. We want to thank you for telling your friends and family members and coworkers about this program, and want to thank all of you who've been telling your friends about the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage by Dr. Willie Jolly and D. Taylor Jolly. The book is now in its second printing, and we are literally running a million miles an hour to try and get enough books to keep up with the demand. So we are grateful for that. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, we'll be doing the big marriage love notes event for First Baptist Church of Glen Arden. Friday night, they have the featured entertainment for the dinner and dance will be Lettucey. That's big deal. She's, of course, a Grammy-nominated singer, well-known. Saturday morning is the marriage tune-up featuring moi, the two of us. So we'll be the special guest speakers and presenters for the Saturday morning love notes tune-up, marriage tune-up. So if you would like to attend, go to fbcglenarden.org/love notes to register. fbcglenarden/love notes, and you can register. Okay, so as we talk about Valentine's week, a lot of people were buying candy, going out to dinner. Thursday night, those restaurants going to be packed out. You better get your reservations in early. A lot of...
We're not going to the restaurant.
Nah, I don't...
Thursday night is our date night.
It's our regular date night. We'll go
I
somewhere.
don't want to go to the restaurant. It's too crowded.
Yeah, after 30-some years, we'll go get our favorite meal somewhere and maybe come bring it home. Oh, we got something else that is pending. I got a call today for maybe theater.
Ooh, I like going to the theater.
Theater.
Okay.
All right. So, anyway, but we want to talk about today something a little different because Valentine's is coming up, and people are going to be all hyped up and ramped up and excited because it's the time of love, and people are talking about love. But what I also want to talk to you about is
They talk about love and they talk about romance.
and romance. But what do you do when you come to the realization that love is not enough, and there are problems that come into your marriage because you were basing it only on the fact that you love this person, and you realize there's some issues when you realize love is not enough. And so how do you handle that? What do you do to keep the marriage going and proceeding and growing? So Gottman Institute is one of the primary places in America where they do research on love and marriage and on marriage and keeping marriages together. And so I did some research on some of the points that impact marriages that are consistent or common in many people's marriages. So here are a few of them. We're going to discuss them and our take on them and how to handle them. So One of them is letting annoyances fester.
What does that mean?
You got an issue?
I'm going to tell you about it.
That's why we get over it. That's why we move on. That's why we still married. But others don't
You
do
mean
it.
like leaving your tennis shoes in the middle of the bedroom floor?
Yeah.
Huh?
And what do you say?
Your tennis shoes in the middle of the bedroom floor, sweetheart. Please move them.
Boom. And we have a conversation about it. But when you don't talk about it, they fester. They become annoyances that grow. And so in the book, that's called stamp collecting. Stamp collecting is when you are collecting and storing up
And not talking about
and
it.
not talking about it.
Like, I got another one.
Okay.
Like how you like to wash dishes. I had to get over that. You have to let the dishes soak instead of washing them up immediately. I had to get over that.
Well, when I cook,
So
I think you need,
I
after I've
understand.
cooked some eggs or something in the morning, I let the pot soak.
I never heard of that
Yeah.
until I married you,
Well, that's.
and then I had to get over it.
Yeah.
So you let the pot soak,
Yeah.
so it doesn't fester, because I talk about it.
That's correct.
Oh, you're letting the pot soak.
So I do it quicker. Not always.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay. Stamp collecting. When I was a little boy, this is in the 1960s probably, maybe 70s, but more like 60s. My mom would go to the grocery store. My brother and I would go with her. And she'd buy the groceries. She'd pay the lady the cash. The lady would give her any change she might have had. This was for a credit card, so everything was cash or check. She'd give her the cash, and the lady would give her her change and some green stamps. A bunch of green stamps. My mother would take those green stamps, take them home, and there was a book, a little coupon book, looked like a little booklet, and there were places for the stamps. And she would lick the stamp, put them on the places, and she would collect the stamps until the book was full. Then she would take that full book of stamps, or many full books, whatever she was in need, what she needed. She'd go around the corner. We lived at Kansas Avenue and Shepherd Street, Northwest Washington. On Georgia Avenue between Shepherd and Randolph, there was a S&H Green Stamp Redemption Center. So we'd go around the corner, and she'd go with her book or books, and she'd say, I want that toaster. I want that mixer. I want that black and white television. I want that AM/FM radio. Whatever it was that you could redeem your books of stamps for something, to get something. Well, in stamp collecting, what you see happening is people will store up their issues, annoyances,
Because you're not talking about it.
because they're
In
not
other
talking
words,
about it,
it's a story
and
about
then
it.
it gets to the point I can't take it no more, and then it's this explosion, this volcanic explosion, where it just pours out. The problem is
And the other person doesn't know why.
they have no idea what's going on because they've moved on. They don't remember that issue. I wouldn't remember the tennis shoes in the floor. I wouldn't remember about the pot needing to soak. And so that would be an issue that she has stored in her memory. And because she didn't share it or didn't say it, then I'm at a disadvantage. I lose. What happens is the relationship loses. So letting annoyances fester is something that can impact your marriage. That's
So the
when
solution is?
talk about your issue, your annoyance, right there.
I think it's also very important. It's how you talk about it.
That's right. Another one.
Because sometimes you can't say it right that minute.
Well, I mean, but you
because
get
it
it.
can come out the wrong way.
But you one of the things you say in the book is how, and I thought this was a profound point. We're doing the audio book, by the way, which should be available hopefully soon. And she said in the audio, and I was listening to it, how she would have to think and ponder.
I'd mull over what I needed to say before I actually said it so that it could come out in a way that you could understand exactly what I was feeling.
Right, right. So what we say to you is we want you to do the same. In your relationships, we want you to think about it, mull it over. How am I going to say this? Case in point. We had a little dietary issue that I had to think about how I was going to say it. In other words, the way she cooks now is different than the way she cooked when we first got married.
Is it a dietary issue?
That's a nice way of saying it. Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that nice how I said? Because she now is pretty much a vegan, yet she cooks meat and fish and so forth.
But I'm not tasting it, and he's saying that it's kind of bland.
One day I said, now I had to think of how to say it.
Because I would have said, I'm not cooking that anymore.
Well, I didn't want to
Well,
hurt.
you didn't want that.
I don't want to hurt your feelings either,
Yes.
so I had to think about how to say it in a way. And then we had the conversation. You said, I'll be mindful of that.
I will be mindful of that.
So it's about talking. Now, you don't have to say it that moment, but you can't hold it and fester and let it just build up and build up and build up and like that. Whoosh! Okay? All right. Here's another one. When love is not enough. When you realize marriage is more than just loving somebody. There are other parts to it. When you think if you complain enough, that will make them change.
I think there's a lot of that going on, but it doesn't work.
You said it in your portion of the book about nagging. And nagging is harping on something.
Complaining about in hopes that the complaining will result in a different action.
Right. But that's not particularly true. Nagging, complaining, if I keep nagging them.
It drives your partner away.
Yep. So there's a better way to have that conversation. It's through conditioning. It's through conversation without nagging.
Conditioning, positive reinforcement, because conditioning could be positive or negative.
Right, positive reinforcement. Right.
Positive reinforcement.
So when I take my shoes off the floor and put them away,
when you put the shoes away,
and
even if you throw them in the closet,
and you don't see them, and I make up the bed, and I clean up after myself, and I straighten
and
myself.
that's a major deal. That might not be a major deal because you like stuff in chaos.
Yeah.
Just like when we go to a hotel.
Yeah, but now let me finish the thought.
Wait, no, I have to finish that.
No, I don't want
When
to.
we go to a hotel and you have to unpack and throw all of your clothes on the other bed, it makes you very happy. I had to get adjusted to that.
I am happy.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so when I move my shoes and I put my clothes away and I make up the bed and I tidy up.
And you're not necessarily doing all of those things.
Well, whenever you reinforce it.
But when you do something along those lines, and making up of the bed,
I get
your shoes,
positive reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement. You get a behavior that you like. Yes. Okay. So that's what we want.
That turns me on the
Positive
the thought of it. So, goodbye now. All right, here's another one. Let's talk about what we talk about sex. Using sex as a weapon.
You can use sex to positively influence.
Yep, positively influence, but not as a weapon. When you use or withhold sex, then that's going to be a problem. And that is one of the things that impacts marriages. And you've got to be mindful that that's not a good strategy. That's not a good strategy. And I'm withholding.
You can certainly find it someplace else. Isn't that terrible to
That's
say?
a terrible thing to say, but it's true that if you
all over the place.
If you withhold sex thinking I'm going to fix them, I'm going to make them do it, it's not a good strategy. And so I would encourage you to not use that strategy in dealing with your conflicts about marriage. Okay, making the assumption or thinking that all conflict will equal we're on our way to divorce. Some people are negative. They're negative thinkers, they're negative actors, they're negative behaviors, they have just negative. So they're always looking at, oh, I know they're going to break up our marriage. I know
So
this is
the
going to
glass is always half empty.
half empty,
Okay.
things are terrible, this is going to be a divorce, and you speak it. You must speak into your life and in your marriage and your children and your finances good,
And why is that?
because your words have power.
Hmm.
Your words have power. If you say you're poor, you're going to be poor. If you say you're sick, you're going to be sick. If you say your kids are terrible, they're going to be just bad. You must speak good. Your words have power. We do an exercise I did years ago where they would ask people to put out their arm and say lots of negative things. I'm weak, I'm nothing, I'm below, and then have another person push down on their arm. And they would go right down. They said, now, take that same arm out, and y'all can try this at home, and say, I'm strong. I've got greatness in me. I was born for greatness. I've got power in me. Now try and push it down. It's harder to push it down. You almost can't push it down because your words have power.
So your words actually affect your behavior.
Your behavior, your psyche, and your energy. So if you always talk about divorce, breaking up, like the guy who joked, "This is my future ex-wife." Well, one day she was, because he spoke it into being. Speak good into your relationship.
And you followed it then naturally with actions that reinforce the
So,
words.
if y'all ever heard me speak anywhere, I'm almost always going to say something in the beginning about D, and that we're newlyweds, and I would crawl over broken glass for her, and as she leave me, I'm coming with her. Now, I say that, but I'm conditioning her positively. I'm conditioning me
And reminding yourself.
and reminding myself, I'm in this. This is it. I'm in this for forever until one of us leaves here. I'm in here, which we got to talk about too. Love, okay, real love. My
Okay.
son talked about it today. The other one is dropping the D bomb. Happened to us only once. I will leave you. You didn't really say divorce. You said I will leave you.
In the middle of the Chinese
In
carry
a
out.
Chinese restaurant. If y'all have not read that story, that's in the chapter we give away free, isn't it?
Yes. I think
Okay,
so.
I think so. But if you haven't read that story, or you haven't
How
gotten
to disagree without being
how to disagree without being disagreeable.
disagreeable. That's how we start to learn that because of our actions
Right,
in the middle of a carry out
right. Chinese food restaurant.
food restaurant. That was not good.
That was not good, and
And
I
so we
started
had to
hollering,
learn.
and
We,
she it just
and
was.
he's loud anyway.
So here's the bottom line: is she said, "I will leave you," and I said, "Okay, let's dial it back." We dialed it back. I got whatever she wanted. That's what we were arguing about: how much quantity of food to buy. And later that evening, after the big
So
dinner
silly.
party, we talked about it. Don't let it fester. Don't let it go on.
don't
and-
let the sun go down on your wrath.
That's right.
So you're gonna resolve
it.
your issues.
Fix it before you.
Talk about it before you go to bed.
That's right.
And that's a pretty common
that's a common thing we've had in every interview of every couple.
response from couples as to
Well,
how they dealt
Couples
with
who are happily married 30, 40, 50,
yes,
60 years.
how they
all
dealt
said
with
it.
issues. They
Deal-
resolved it.
resolve
They
it before-
talked about it
before the sun before they go to bed.
went to bed.
Before they go to bed.
Yeah.
Fix it before you go to bed. Anyway, we talked about it, and she said, I don't like people hollering at me. And I said, okay. And I don't like people threatening me with leaving me or divorce. And we agreed. No more hollering. I haven't hollered since. I might be upset. I might be intense, but I don't holler. And she might be upset, but she had never threatened to leave me. So that's, again, dropping the D bomb. I'm going to divorce you to try and get your way is bad. That's not a good way to show love. As we celebrate this Valentine's week, how about this? When you keep score. That's almost like stamp collecting, but you won last time. I'm gonna win this time. We
I
in this
wonder if
thing.
you really love somebody if you're trying to keep score. Along that same vein, I was listening to a, a talk show this morning, and one of the hosts was asking questions of listeners, and one listener said, has been dating a person for like 7 months or so, and she's concerned about whether or not the quality of gift that she was going to give was going to be equal to the quality of gift that he was going to give her. And she was trying to figure out a very discreet way to determine if the earrings that he was going to give her were really diamonds or not, so that she in turn could know what price gift to give him. I thought, hey, it shouldn't be, if it's that kind of situation, it shouldn't be giving gifts anyway.
When we were dating,
I said, don't buy me anything.
she said, "Don't buy me nothing
Well,
for Valentine's Day,
for Christmas, because
for
I really
Christmas,
wasn't interested in the long haul.
So first of all,
I didn't want to commit. I didn't want a commitment.
she was not planning to be committed. She was planning this to be a fling, probably. I don't know what it was, but I was. So she said, "Don't
I
give me."
did not want, no. The giving of a gift to me
Was
says
more
there's
commitment.
some commitment, and I did not want to be caught.
I see. So she said, "Don't give her anything." I think I gave you a card or something.
Well, I think the cards are
I
very
gave you a little
appropriate.
something.
But to
And-
spend hundreds or thousands of dollars and you're just dating somebody doesn't make sense. And again, that goes to keeping score. Why
Yeah.
would you want to date
And-
someone
and-
where I've got to give them something that costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars? It doesn't even make sense.
And then so Valentine's Day, we over the years we have gone from. I don't think we ever went. I don't remember what we did.
No,
earlier.
we're too cheap. No.
But well, I don't think. I just think that
we are.
we probably had children to raise. We're not going to be given expensive gifts.
We had kids in private
Yeah,
school.
we had
There was too
private
much
school.
going on. No.
We had, and so now when the kids are out, that's like you said the other day. What do you want for Valentine's Day? Remember we had our date on Thursday morning at the chicken and waffles place, and you said, "What do you want for Valentine's Day?" And I said,
Or what are we going to do?
"Well, you asked me. No, you asked me what I wanted first. I said I don't want anything but to be with you." And then you said, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, "Whatever we do is fine, as long as I'm with you." And what
We
what?
do we I think we do things and we create memories. That's important.
Right.
As opposed to the buying of something.
Yes,
that
that's what
you
I want to
that
get
you won't
people.
Remember, or you're counting how much that sticks in my car.
Well,
You're
and
counting
does that show you how
that
much you
thing-
really love them, or is the love?
And
I love you when you needed a car. I went and bought you a car, and got you a car you wanted, because I wanted you to be safe, a safe car. That's love.
But you didn't. It wasn't Valentine's Day.
No. Now, for our anniversary, I did buy you a piano.
Let's not go down that path. Let's not do that. I have a beautiful baby grand black piano
Black lacquer.
that I
Beautiful.
cannot play.
How long
Now-
have we had the piano? Probably 15 years. About 15 or 16 years. How many times in 15, 16 years have you sat down and tickled the keys on this black baby grand piano that you wanted?
The ivory white keys?
Yes. How many times have you?
Well, when I go through and I dust them, they do tickle. I do tickle them.
Maybe once. Maybe once.
Well,
It's a
there's a
beautiful piece of furniture.
It's a bit of a challenge, number one, because I have long fingernails.
You had them then.
But you knew that when you bought the piano.
You said you wanted it.
You're right, dear.
Anyway.
So I'm very careful about what I say
Oh,
that I
that's
want because
funny.
they'll go get it. So
All right, but that was for an anniversary. So
that was very special.
all right, so let's see what else. Here's a big one. Telling your partner, get over it. Get over it. You got an issue, get over it.
That's thoughtless.
That's not good. That is a poor choice of wording and how you maintain a marriage. As we celebrate Valentine's Day and you have some disagreement, Don't say get over it. Work on how you're going to try and
You're
resolve it.
saying get over it because you're not interested in why they have that issue, and you're not interested
you just
in wanting to work through resolving it.
That's it. Or you're tired of it, or whatever. Just get over it. But that's not the way. You got to work through it and come to some compromise. And that's one of the things we talk about. And I was listening to the audio as I'm preparing the audio files, going over them again. That we talked about with Dexter and Biddy Clark and so many others who said the secret to their marriage. When we asked them, "What's the secret?" and Dexter and Biddy, they said it faster than anybody. Compromise. They both said it almost identically. We had dinner. What's the secret to y'all's marriage of 45 years? Compromise. They both said it quickly. Compromise. If you're going to have a great Valentine's that is going to be able to be like we have Valentine's every day. Every day is Valentine's Day for us. It really is. We don't argue. We haven't had an argument in over 30 years. We date every day. We eat dinner together. I eat food.
You eat what?
Food. She eats grass. Anyway, but we're together. We work together. We travel together. We're together. We don't have drama. Every day is Valentine's Day.
I think that's because we care. We genuinely care about each other.
Yeah.
We care about the well-being of each other.
Yeah. So before I go, because we're going to run out of time shortly, I want to ask you, what are your issues that you have been challenged with in your relationship? Would you send us an email? info@williejolly.com so we can, talk about them and some of the things that might be situations, circumstances, problems that you're dealing with that impacting your love. Because love is critical, but it's not enough. You got to have communication. You have to have respect. You have to have trust. You have to have compassion. You have to have some anticipation of the needs of your person you love.
That means you have to study them. That's a whole nother topic.
Another topic.
How do you study it?
We got more on this list that from the Gottman Institute. We do about money. I'll do one more, and then we'll have to cut out. Expecting your partner to be a mind reader. That goes to communication in the book. That we talked to a couple when we first got married. They said, "You're going to be happily married. Don't expect your spouse to be a mind reader. They're not. Therefore, you must tell them what's on your mind. Do not expect your mate, your spouse, your partner, your love, your significant other to be a mind reader. Talk to them. Ask them what's going on and what are they thinking. Now, sometimes they will stonewall. Sometimes they will have the silent treatment. All those things are things that we have to work to get over. We haven't had that kind of, Dee will sometimes say, I'm not going to talk to you right now.
And I say it jokingly.
Jokingly, very jokingly.
You've gotten on my nerves, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Right.
And let me tell you why. Exactly. I'm not going to talk to you for the next hour.
Right.
And
but then talk, and then
yes.
we just not, it's never, she never not talks to me. And I never stonewall. I never stonewall and sit around and, get my jaws clean. That's not productive. I want to win. We want to win together. We want to win in life. We want to win in our finances, our faith, our family. We want to win. We want to enjoy life. What? Too much together. No time for drama. So our time is up. This weekend, First Baptist Church of Glenarden having their love notes. Friday night will be Lettucey. Saturday morning will be marriage tune-up with Dee and Willie Jolley. It's going to be dynamite. So you want to try and come if you can, if you're in the area, if you're somewhere in another city, another state, another country. Then one more thing I'd like you to email us. Would you like for us to have our own marriage retreat with the Jolleys? Would you like to be involved with that? Would that be something you'd be interested in? We're gauging responses. If you say, yeah, I would like to do that, then we might start putting that together. Okay? So the First Baptist Church event is fbcglenarden.org/love notes. fbcglenarden.org/love notes. Email us with two things. One, questions, issues, circumstances, situations, problems that you can say anonymous. Keep it anonymous. We don't want you to use our name. That's okay. We'll just try to answer the question if we can. And two, if you would be interested in us having our own marriage retreat, marriage getaway, and we'll have maybe even a cruise. Let us know what you think about that. We're trying to gauge.
You can't survive a cruise for more than 3 or 4 days. You are funny.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days.
Stir crazy.
Woo,
Oh, my
got to get
goodness.
off this
Okay.
boat. All right. Anyway, I got stuff to go. All right. Look, God bless you. Time is up. Well, thank you so much for yours. Hope you enjoy. Next couple weeks, we got some real special guests and some special shows.
We're working on that.
We're working on that, some new things. So we always like your ideas as well. Thank you so much. And remember, your best is yet to come. Go get the book. Go get the free chapter. Make love, make money, make it last. JollyMarriage.com.
Jolly out.
Jolly out.